shirt. You've got yours though, so we're on brand now.
Oh.
I like anti-Haven shirts. That's pretty good.
And we're live. Welcome to I Am Games, the
50% on-brand show on Twitch TV.
Almost the most on-brand show on Twitch.tv.
In the running for most on-brand show on Twitch.tv.
Oh, fuck. It's fucking happening. Start that single-player campaign, dude.
I want to make sure I'm actually in Metroid Prime 1 and not Metroid Prime 2.
How do you even fucking figure that out?
Right. I choose from here after this. Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime 2.
Oh, whoa.
There we go.
So it's all in the same file, so it's like you have your file for all three files. I've never seen that before in a video game. That's interesting.
There we go. So we're gonna go normal.
Yeah, this game's hard fucking enough without putting it on veteran mode.
I thought it wasn't super hard. It was manageable.
Maybe they reduced the difficulty on the Wii.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
First things first. Worst thing about Metroid Prime on the Wii. They took out that baller intro music. That dun 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 dun. That's not there. Just immediately starts. That was literally the best part of Metroid Prime.
You mean like the menu music?
Yeah. That made you come every time.
That menu was like... That was probably one of the most, like, startling menus of all time. Because it's, like, so loud and bombastic and abrasive. And, like, you click through things and, like, everything's...
It has the same effect every time someone who's a Nintendo fan plays Metroid for the first time. It's such a weird thing. Because you don't expect it to be as, like, somber and, like, hardcore as it is. Like, the first time I played Metroid Fusion, which was my first Metroid, and the menu started up, I was like... This seems like creepy. This is not a Nintendo game. Like, what's going on here?
I don't know. I never had it in my head that Nintendo had, like, a certain tonality. Perhaps because I only played Nintendo growing up.
Maybe.
So there was nothing for me to compare it to.
Like, even Zelda is, like, more, like... I guess, like... adventurous than Metroid. Metroid's just very somber and isolating.
Feels pretty like dour. Like the color palette's pretty muted, you know.
Yeah. But look at this shit. This shit is so good.
Yeah, this is definitely some nostalgic shit for me.
I just played this and finished it. I want to say maybe 6 months ago.
Freeze153 says, I find that funny. The game was intentionally made to be easy outside of the boss fights because the exploration was supposed to be challenging and satisfying. Okay, last time I played this game, about 5 years ago, I could not fucking get past... Well, not that I couldn't get past that. I gave up after a few tries on getting past the Space Pirate headquarters bit.
Oh, man. I just realized I have to do that again.
Yeah, because it's like 45 minutes with no save point.
All right, and see, this right here. Now I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to anyway.
Yeah. Well, we need to.
Metroid Prime 1 is unplayable on Wii with default controls because you can lock on, but the cursor still moves, which makes the first boss impossible to beat. So you gotta fucking... I don't even know which button this is, because there's a million stupid fucking buttons on the fucking Wii. Home button? No.
Is it like literally unbeatable? Has anyone beat...
I mean, I'm sure you can, but it's like insultingly unbeatable. Alright, not this one. I need to go... There's an option to turn regular lock-on back on, which is what you want.
Okay.
Options.
Arm cannons.
I need to go controller.
Okay.
We need lock on is not free aim. Want that off.
Is that what you just did, or
I just changed it?
Clicked through the menu so fast I couldn't read anything.
I changed it to off, so now see it stays. Yeah,
this is how the game is supposed.
This is how it's supposed to play. So now we can actually play the fucking video game.
Tom, you telling me this has completely changed my entire stance on the Wii version of Metroid Prime.
I mean, that's all we needed.
So
because now you got the good free aim, but when you need to fucking shoot shit, shit stays where it's supposed to.
This has completely revolutionized the game. Why is this not default? Why is this not the only option?
I have no idea, my dude.
So the last time, like I said, last time I tried to play Metroid Prime, I gave up halfway. And granted, it wasn't just because of it being unreasonable to fucking go 45 minutes before a goddamn save room, but also because I was at the tail end of having played all of the other 4 Metroid games right beforehand, the 4 2D games.
Right,
So, like, I had just marathoned all of Metroid, and, you know, after dying to that a couple times, I was just like, I'm fucking done with Metroid. Like, I don't want... I've... You know, I had just played Super Metroid for the first time ever, and, like, everything after that just felt like coming down, you know? Because Super Metroid's, like, the greatest...
I forgot there was another thing I did. So, by default, A is fire, and then Z trigger, the trigger at the bottom is jump. I just switched them, so now this is fire and A is jump. Which again makes much way more sense.
That's not Z, by the way, it's the B button.
Whatever, it's Z for everything but this retarded Wiimote.
Yeah.
That's literally trash.
So while that was the last time I played Metroid Prime, there was a time when, towards the start of Digibros, me and my cousin Boyd did a Metroid Prime Let's Play series. People might actually remember, because I think we did release some of the GameCube version, but, like, first we tried to do it with the Metroid Prime trilogy, and, like, he was just, like, wrestling with the controls, and at some point I gave it a try, and I was like, oh, this is unplayable. Like, let's not do this, let's switch to GameCube. Like, I think we recorded 3 episodes, and they were just terrible, because all of it was just him trying to, like, wrestle with the controls and figure out how it works. Because the game is designed around the control scheme. Right. So, like, I mean, we kind of touched on this with the Time Splitters playthrough, where I was, like, saying that, you know, I'm not sure if just giving it free controls would, like, preserve the challenge of the game, because they would have, you know, programmed it around this idea. But Metroid Prime had really unique controls. Like,
the controls, like, if to people who weren't around at the time this game came out, journalists and stuff were hesitant to even call it a first-person shooter because it has skewed the control designs of, like, dual analog that had made a first-person shooters popular at the time. Like, everyone was calling it a first-person adventure instead.
Yeah, and the Wii version is super fucking bizarre because you have to aim the cursor at the edge of the screen to turn your vision.
Yeah.
And I can't wrap my fucking head around that. Like,
it is weird. Like, Red Steel was, like, with the launch title that kind of solidified this kind of pointer aiming in first-person shooters. And to be honest, I kind of dig it to a degree. Like, turning can be really slow, and that's kind of the problem. But, like, it does give you some precision and stuff. And I kind of do dig just, like... Because, again, it kind of gives you back a little bit of that one-to-one motion, because it tracks pretty well.
So the weird thing about Metroid Prime on the GameCube, already very weird control scheme, because instead of strafing with the left stick, like, pushing forward makes you move forward, pushing backward makes you move backwards, but left and right make you turn. So you steer Samus like she's a 3D, you know, like Link or something, and you just kind of shoot in front of yourself. And the only way that you could, like, free aim was by holding down the L button, or maybe it was R, I don't remember which.
One down. It doesn't matter.
You held down a shoulder button, and that let you free aim. So, like, but there was also a lock-on. I think it was that R let you free aim, and L was lock-on.
I believe that's true.
Most of the enemy encounters were built around the lock-on, just like, again, Zelda. It's basically like playing Ocarina of Time in first person, you know? Like,
yeah, that's fair enough.
You use L targeting to focus on one enemy at a time. So then they make the Wii version, and now you've got free aiming all the time, and, like, the controls are more like a traditional first-person shooter, except that you have to, like, move the screen with the pointer, as opposed to just having a central pointer. Because, like, they just took the free aim mode and made that the standard controls. It's really baffling that, like, both versions of the game have the weirdest first-person shooter controls of all time. So yeah, it's a fucking strange experience, but I guess as long as you have lock-on, it's still feasible to play the damn thing.
It's much more feasible this way. Well, funnily enough, though, I started playing Metroid Prime 3, which...
Apparently, our footage is really laggy and fucked up. I'm looking at it, and I can confirm. Our footage is really laggy and fucked up.
Oh. Well,
should we reduce the quality or something of our...
It seems like it's more like a problem with... No, because it's capturing on the Elgato fine,
Do you
right?
see? No, I mean... Oh, yeah. It looks fine on the... It looks fine on the screen that's showing the capture. But it looks terrible on the live stream.
I guess it is something wrong with the Elgato, then.
You said it... But, I mean, like, what we're seeing from the Elgato looks great. So it's something a connection like issue, right?
With the software transmitting. I don't know. I can dial it down a bit if you want. I don't have a better idea.
Alright, let me try to figure out if I can dial down the quality of it. Because it looks like dick. We're currently at...
I don't know what you're talking about. I like my dick. It looks nice.
We're at 720p 30 frames per second. So we're not exactly like fucking going crazy here.
I'll just scan everything in here while you're doing that.
This fucking thing is this thing on?
It should be.
This thing sucks dick. It's not working. The trackpad's not working.
Hit a button. The batteries might be dying. I mean, I haven't changed the batteries on that thing in like 4 years.
It does think we are on the Xbox One. That might be contributing to the problem. I'd have to make us go unlive to fix it, though.
I mean...
Alright, everybody, we'll be back in a moment.
Alright, we're gonna do that.
We have to. It looks like fucking terrible.